Welcome to The Explainer, where today we're breaking down Amazon's absolutely blockbuster fourth quarter 2025 earnings report. The numbers here are, well, they're pretty staggering.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. The best place to start? The massive headline number from this quarter.
Get a load of this. In just the last 3 months of 2025, Amazon pulled in over $213 billion in total sales. I mean, to even try to wrap your head around that, that's more than the entire annual GDP of a lot of countries. It's just a mind-boggling amount of money.
And here's the thing. It's not just a big number, it's a growing number, and it's growing fast. That's a huge 14% jump from this exact same time last year. For a company this massive to be accelerating at that kind of pace, it's honestly staggering.
So you got to ask, what's driving all this incredible performance? Well, a really big piece of the puzzle is their cloud computing division, AWS.
And check this out. This is a quote straight from the CEO, Andy Jassy. He points out that AWS is growing at 24%, which is their fastest growth in 13 quarters. So we're not just talking about growth here, we're talking about acceleration. This is the fastest they've grown in over 3 years. The engine is absolutely in overdrive.
And this growth is being fueled by them landing or expanding deals with some of the biggest names you can think of, right? We're talking tech, finance, government, you name it. Companies like OpenAI, Visa, Salesforce, even the US Air Force and the NBA are on this list. AWS is pretty much becoming the foundational plumbing for, well, the entire modern economy.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. There's this kind of curious puzzle hiding in their cash flow numbers. And when you solve it, it reveals the company's single biggest bet on the future.
So the question is pretty simple. If business is booming like this, where's all the money going? I mean, with sales and income going through the roof, you'd think they'd just be swimming in cash, right? Well, it's a little more complicated than that. And here's that puzzle I was talking about. So on one hand, the cash they're making from their day-to-day business, that's called operating cash flow, is way up by 20%. That's great. But on the other hand, the actual cash they have left over after all their big spending, that's free cash flow, and it's a really key number, well, that has plummeted by 71%. So what gives?
The answer is a massive spending spree on artificial intelligence. This isn't a sign of trouble at all. No, this is a sign of incredible ambition. Amazon is basically taking all that money they're making and plowing it right back into building out their AI capabilities.
So, that's a lot of talk about billions of dollars and cash flow. But what does all this massive AI spending actually mean for you? How does it show up in your life? Let's take a look.
Okay, one of the coolest and most direct examples is this thing called Rufus. It's their new AI shopping assistant. And listen, this is not just another search bar. You can ask it really complex questions, and it actually scours millions of items and reviews to give you a real answer. It can even buy things for you from other stores. It's a total game changer.
And get this, the company estimates that Rufus has already driven, wait for it, $12 billion in extra sales just last year. That is a crazy fast return on that AI investment we were just talking about.
It's not just shopping. That same AI investment, it's also the secret sauce powering their legendary delivery network. It helps them figure out the absolute fastest way to get stuff to you. And we're talking the fastest prime delivery speeds they've ever had. Nearly 100 million customers have used same-day delivery. And in some cities, they're even talking about getting you things in 30 minutes or less. That's all AI at work.
So when you kind of step back and connect all these dots, the massive sales, the AWS growth, the huge AI spending, a really clear picture starts to emerge. This is a company that's not just thinking about the next few months. They are aggressively building the foundation for the next decade.
And they are putting their money where their mouth is. I mean, big time. The CEO announced plans to invest an almost unbelievable $200 billion in capital expenditures in 2026, just in 1 year.
So where's all that money going? Well, it's going towards what really look like the building blocks of tomorrow's economy. We're talking about their own custom-designed AI chips like Trainium and Graviton. We're talking about advanced robotics in their warehouses, and they're even building out Project Leo, their own satellite network in low Earth orbit.
Which really leaves us with this one big question. When you look at these enormous investments in AI, in custom chips, in satellites, is Amazon transforming from just being a store into something much bigger? Are they building the actual essential infrastructure for the next economy? Based on these numbers, it seems like a pretty important question to be asking.